This is Yogesh Chabria, and I believe that all of us human beings all over the world have certain common ideas, have certain what we call a collective consciousness. And what is a collective consciousness? It is a set of ideas, a set of commonalities that we have developed. And it's very interesting if you look at Socrates. Socrates is considered the father or the pioneer of modern Western thought. He was in Greece, and it's so interesting how much in common he has with Krishna, with Buddha. And Socrates was condemned to death, so he was supposed to be poisoned. He was supposed to be poisoned because he had offended a lot of people, and many times it happens. It happened with Jesus, it happened with Socrates, because he spoke the truth. People did not like the truth. They did not understand him, and they wanted to kill him. In fact, I shared a story of Plato and the cave and Socrates. You could check it out, which will help you understand more on why he was condemned to death. Anyway, now when he was about to die, he was spending time with some of his disciples, and one of them was Cebes. Now, Cebes was there, and Cebes and Socrates were having a conversation, and Socrates always encouraged people to question. He said, only if you question, you can learn. So that's why it's called the Socratic method, where you ask questions and you learn. And they were discussing about the soul, and Cebes was asking questions. And Socrates shared how the soul is eternal. So even though Socrates' body might go, the soul is immortal and it's eternal, and how the soul keeps taking forms and coming. And it has so much in common in what is believed in the East. So if you look at Krishna and Arjuna in their conversation in the Gita on the battlefront in Mahabharata, this is exactly the same thing Krishna was telling Arjuna, that only their bodies will be destroyed, but the soul is immortal. This is what Buddha says. And it is so interesting that all these people were in different locations, in different times, but they still had the same idea on the immortality of the soul. And I look at it in the modern world. Some of you might want to understand it. I would like to explain it in a much simpler way. It is like hardware and software. So if you look at hardware and software, let us say you're watching this on a phone, or you're listening to me on a phone, but let us say your phone breaks down. It falls in water, or it falls from a height, the screen crashes. Even if your phone breaks down, right, you can access the same video, you can access the same knowledge by going and getting yourself another phone, because this is the software. It's the same with the hardware and the software. So you can look at your body as the hardware, and you can look at the soul as software. And if you look at it I'm not saying you shouldn't love your body, you shouldn't take care of your body. Your body is a tool, your body is an instrument. You should, but look at the software too. And it's so beautiful when you look at these thought processes and you realize that if you look at your soul as something that is immortal, you will start looking at everything in a different way. You would look at everything as a game. That's what they talk about Maya. When you look at the world as Maya, it becomes such a beautiful experience. You can enjoy it. Whatever is happening, you can enjoy it, and you don't get too attached. You don't take anything too seriously, because whatever is happening with you right now is going to pass. And also, there is a certain beauty in death, because if there was no death, there would be no life. Think about it. Both are two sides of the same coin. Life exists only because of death. Light exists only because of darkness. You couldn't have seen light if there was no darkness. There would be no day if there was no night. There would be no joy if there was no sorrow. You couldn't truly laugh if you couldn't truly cry. All are both. Love exists because of hate. Compassion exists because of greed. Both are same. They're two sides of the same coin. And whoever has one has the possibility to have another. If there is night, there is possibility of day. If there is anger, there is also possibility of love. If there is hate, there is also possibility of love. And if you look at life in this way, you can celebrate every moment, you can enjoy every moment, and you can look at birth also. Every time there's a birth, it also confirms there's going to be a death. And that is the beauty of life. But when you are on this adventure, when you are in this journey, enjoy this journey. It's a beautiful journey. Take care of yourself. Have a beautiful evening or a beautiful day and enjoy yourself.